Hi everybody, this is Everyday Commentary, and this is a video overview of this knife. And this knife is the Boker Mini Kwaiken. So the Kwaiken is a knife designed by Lucas Burnley, who's a great custom knife maker, and Boker bought the rights to produce the knife as a production knife, and they have made 1,000,001 variants. And the reason why is because they all sell really well. They're almost always in the top 10 on Amazon, and they're quite frequently sold out, especially the special editions at, Blade HQ and places like that. This knife is the Mini Kwaiken, and there were two Mini Kwaikens. There was one with the titanium handle, and there was one with the G10 handle. This is obviously the G10 one. The knife, unlike the original version of the Kwaiken, runs VG10. There are now special editions of the Kwaiken and the new Kwaikens that run VG10. It is not the thumb stud. They did not make a thumb disc or thumb stud version. They just made the flipper version. The knife is really quite good. As you can see, the flipping action is excellent. This knife does ride on bearings. And it has all the trademarks of the original Kwaiken, which is this really elegant, beautiful, slim profile. No blade exposed whatsoever. And it has this elegant, just fantastic blade shape. This is a traditional Japanese blade shape, and it is wonderful. I love the blade shape. And I have to say that I've owned the original Kwaiken and a bunch of other Bokers, and this is definitely the best made of the Bokers. As you can see, one of the things that Boker used to do was basically like, okay, what parts do we have on the shelf? And they would just grab, mix, and match. Here they have Torx bit bolts on everything, and there are only two sizes. There's one there, there's one there. Those are the same, and then there's one here, which is different. It's bigger, but it's still a Torx bit. And so that's something that's just like a little simple attention to detail thing. It costs them nothing, and it seems like they're starting to pay attention. The fit and finish on this knife is really, really excellent. It's better than the original Kwaiken that I had. As you can see, there's not a lot of room for error, and it looks like it's touching here, but it's not. It's just very, very close. The blade is relatively centered, even here. It's not so centered here because this is where the locking leaf is. But as you can see here, the blade is actually centered in the handle itself. The finish on the blade is this nice stonewash finish. I really like that. And the cutting bevel is relatively sharp. It's kind of wide, making it relatively unstable compared to other knives. But for a pocket knife, for an EDC knife, I'd rather have it be wide and sharp than thick and chunky like the cutting bevel on something like the Strider PT or the Strider SNG. This knife comes in at right around $100, and if you're looking for a flipper and you don't want to spend a ton of money, this is a really good knife. It would probably be either this knife or one of the Vanguard series from Kaiser's, in my opinion. I like this knife quite a bit. The one thing that I would know is that while on the original, you could like take a piece of paper and write it underneath the tip. Here the tip is not quite that bad, but it is definitely very, very close to the top of the knife. Something I'm always concerned about. So if there's any way they could fix that, just a little bit. It doesn't need to be a ton, it just needs to be a little bit. But this is a quick video overview of this knife, the Boker Mini Kwaiken, and the review is already up on the site.